Hello, everybody, and welcome to our daily check-in. I haven't seen you guys in a while, obviously, because we have been home, for a long weekend, and obviously that weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and I want to give a shout out to all of the men and women who are serving our country in the military and other capacities. I am super appreciative to all you have done. I know you might have had family members who have either lost their lives in the line of duty, or have had relatives who have lost their lives while serving for the military, which is why Memorial Day is so important, to kind of remember all those who have given everything for our country. So I just want to take a moment and just show my appreciation to all of them and all of the family members who have been supportive of their decision to be in the military. Now, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, and I was really struggling. I wasn't feeling very motivated. Although we were not in school for the last few days, things have been kind of hectic. Some people not feeling super great. So I wasn't really feeling up to it. And then I was watching a video, and they were talking about schools. And this person was ranting a little bit, but not necessarily knocking schools. But the person was talking about the importance of having social emotional learning as part of making people better people. So it can't just be all academics. They wanted to make sure that they're doing some character building, etc. So then it kind of made me think of, okay, now I know what I want to talk about. So here is going to be kind of like your little life lesson for the day, I guess. So when I was very, very young, I remember watching the New York Yankees in the World Series, watching them on TV. And just to age myself, we had one TV in the house, and it was in my parents' room. And I remember watching the World Series with my father. I think it was like 1981. I was pretty young, maybe 7 or 8 years old. And the Yankees lost, and I remember being just devastated because when they had won previously, I was so little I didn't remember it. I was like 3 or 4 years old. So I was pretty crushed. And years would go on, and I felt like the Yankees were never going to win a World Series again. And they had had such a history of winning all these championships, but they hadn't won in a while. In 1995, the manager of the New York Yankees was a man named Buck Showalter. The Yankees were looking pretty good, and then the season, or maybe it was the year before, either the season was cut short or whatever it was. The Yankees did not advance in the playoffs, and their manager was let go. So Buck Showalter was fired. So the year is now 1996, and the Yankees hired a new manager by the name of Joe Torre. Now, Joe Torre is somebody that I had had a signed autograph card of when he was, I guess, a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. But when they hired him, the front page of the paper said, Clueless Joe. And they were just ripping all over him, saying basically he was going to be a terrible manager. He would never get him a championship. What a mistake. What were they thinking? Well, believe it or not, which many of you are baseball fans, you might know this. In 1996, the Yankees won the World Series, right? And everybody who was in the area who was a Yankee fan lost their mind because they couldn't believe it. Now, they also won the World Series in 1998, 1999, 2000. They were in the World Series in 2001 and 2003. Although they didn't win, okay, Joe Torre was the manager of all those seasons. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because no matter what you do in life, right, there are going to be doubters or people who are going to try to put you down so they feel better. And it reminded me of this quote that I got from Mrs. Reed. So I just want to read it to you. Oh, excuse me. It says, wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Okay, you need to be your number one cheerleader in life, okay? Because there are going to be people who are going to tell you can't do things. They might say, oh, you can't do that, you're a girl. Oh, you can't do that, you're not smart enough to do that. Or you're not strong enough to do that. Or you'll never get into that school. Or you'll never get that job. There will always be people that will do that to you. And you need to be your own cheerleader and say, yeah, I can do that. Because when they were all over Joe Torre for getting that position, calling him Clueless Joe, those same people We're talking about what an amazing manager he was after the fact, okay? But really, the people that you want surrounding you are the people that are going to be the cheerleaders from the beginning, people who are going to be supportive. If you have friends that are constantly putting you down or saying you can't do things, those are not people that you should be friends with, right? Now, your family, hopefully, right, your family is going to be a cheerleader for you, but you might even come across, family members who are not, who are going to be the negative ones to say you can't do certain things. Now, there's a difference between saying, hey, you can't jump into that active volcano, because you're not going to survive. And there's like, oh, don't tell me, I can do it. Okay, that's a lot different. Okay, if it's for your safety, is one thing, but just know that you are the one who should be your number one cheerleader. So whatever you do in life, always believe you can do it if that's what you really want to do. Now, I won't sugarcoat it for you and say that anything you want to be in life you can be. Okay, anything you want to do in life you can do, because that's not realistic. Okay, you might, like, I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player when I was a kid, but obviously I grew up and realized I did not have the talent or ability to be a Major League Baseball player, but I wanted to be that. I just think that if there are things that you want in life, okay, you have to be willing to persevere. You have to be willing to, accept obstacles and challenges that might get in your way. I remember saying in a previous video, sometimes life will just punch you right in the face and you go bam, right to the ground. But you have to be able to get back up, right? And sometimes there will be people there that will lend their hand to you and say, I will help you up. But there are going to be times when you're going to be alone and you're going to have to get yourself up. So the reason why I'm saying this is that, we are in an uncertain time, right? Where this is a very unique situation. But I just want you to always know that character building and being a good person and being kind is something that never, ever gets old, right? So I will leave you on this note. As you get older, right, you'll go to high school, maybe you'll go to college, I don't know, it depends on what you decide to do in your life. Just always believe in yourself, because that's really, really important. We spend so much time being self-doubters. I can't do it. This is too hard. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough, and I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this, but I'm just trying to pass this message on to you because you're still young enough to know that, that's a habit you can break at this point. It's a lot harder when you were older to say that you can do things when you've had a lifetime of feeling like you can't. So just remember, believe in yourself. Tell yourself you can do it. We as your teachers believe in you. Your parents believe in you. Your family believe in you. Okay? You're going to take life by storm. You'll take this summer by storm. Just know that you can do it, all right? You have a wonderful day, and until our next check-in video, peace out.